Hi guys, so I'm going to do another viewer request, Blackhawk number 170. So Blackhawk, another sensational two-part thriller. Lady Blackhawk versus Killer Shark. It's Lady Blackhawk. She's become a mermaid, and she's going to try to rescue us from Killer Shark's fantastic sea creature. Blackhawk.
Sacre bleu, the porcupine fish creatures are cracking open our one-man subs like eggs. It's all up to me now.
A fantastic force of sea monsters rises up from the depths and transforms the placid lanes into a weird watery world. How can they be stopped? Ironically, fate decides the outcome in Lady Blackhawk vs. Killer Shark, Part 1. In an island cave hideout, somewhere in the Pacific, Killer Shark welcomes some new criminal cohorts.
Now that I've rebuilt the sonic signal machine that controls fish, nothing can stop me.
What makes you so sure? Didn't the Blackhawks beat you before it was smashed?
Sure, but this time I've got a little surprise come up my sleeve. Come on, let's get moving.
Not long after, stark fear strikes the bridge of the SS Vulcan, when
She's a Davy Jones! A flying fish creature coming out of the sea at us! Abandon ship! I'll stay at the radio as long as possible, sending out an SOS.
As the grim bulletin reaches secret Blackhawk Island,
Himmel, a flying sea creature. I think that sea captain is maybe seeing things.
Could be, Hendrickson. Still, we've got to check it out. And, to play it safe, we'll split up. Chuck, you take Olaf and Stannis, Laz in the Hawk sub. The rest of us will travel by air. Let's go!
I'm sure glad I happened to be here. This is one case I wouldn't want to miss.
Not long after, the airborne Blackhawks gape at an astounding sight.
Sacre nom! Look, Blackhawk! That is a flying creature! And it is turning the ship into scrap metal!
I'm afraid the Vulcan's too heavily damaged to be salvaged, but get that creature! But, as the screaming jets dive attack,
Ach, we're too late! The creature is submerging!
Meanwhile, on the Hawk sub,
Great Scott! That killer shark! Directing the creature from inside that motorized diving bell. I'll radio Blackhawk that we're going to ram it.
But, as the sleek iron fish streaks toward its target,
Yumpanimini! Killer Shark Band sending another fantastic sea creature against us.
By God, it is a sawfish creature, and this is slicing our stub in half.
Swiftly, the grim undersea drama reaches its climax.
The Blackhawks are abandoning their Hawk sub. I'll signal the seashore creatures to bring the captives to my hideout. Ha 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 ha! I've now got almost half the team, and before I'm finished, I'll get the rest of them. Then I'll have my complete revenge for all the trouble the Blackhawks have caused me.
Thus, it's a glum group that rendezvous on the beach shortly after.
By the stars! Where did Killer Shark get those crazy creatures?
And where did he take our teammates?
Just then, from Blackhawk's belt radio,
Chief, this is Chuck speaking. We're being held captive in Killer Shark's Island Cave. How do you read me?
I read you loud and clear, Chuck. Can you give us the cave's location? We were brought here by an underwater route, Chief. The only sea marker I can give you is a jagged corral peak, about 150 yards south of here. Right, Chuck. Over and out. I'm afraid we'll have to use our one-man subs to find Killer Shark's hideout.
We can bring them here with our automatic belt controls, but we'd better hurry.
So a while later, a tense undersea hunt gets underway. Keep a sharp lookout, team. But, lurking behind an underwater coral hill...
Ha 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 ha! I told you they'd be coming around, looking for their pals. Here's where they fall into my clutches, too.
Next instant...
Sacre bleu! Porcupine sea creatures! Hurtling at us!
Himmel, they are smashing open our subs like raw eggs. Put on the frogman's gear, everybody.
But one of the miniature subs manages to escape the catastrophe and head into a coral cavern, where...
Killer Shark could easily spot the sub if I try to get away, so maybe I'd better abandon it for the time being.
After Lady Blackhawk dons her frogman's gear...
Now I'll try to find out what happened to the rest of the team.
But just then...
Good grief! That swordfish with the broken sword. It swam through the undersea volcano fumes, and is changing into a sea creature. So this is how those beasts came into being. Killer Shark must have stumbled across this strange phenomenon, and he's using his sonic signal machine to control the creatures.
Suddenly...
The creature! It's coming after me!
As Zinda darts into a narrow opening in the coral wall...
It can't reach me here. Whew. There it goes. Probably to join Killer Shark's creature force. I'd better get moving now, and try to find the other Blackhawks.
But, at that moment...
Something strange is happening to me. It must be those volcanic fumes. Great heavens! I'm changing into a mermaid!
Blackhawk, Part 2. Killer Shark summons a sea full of creatures to hurl against the brave but helpless Black Knights. And now, the destiny of the gallant team depends on the underwater prowess of the mermaid Lady Blackhawk.
Himmel! Come back, Zinda! That creature will kill you with one of his lightning bolts.
Near the surface, the Blackhawks face certain death, as...
Sacre bleu! Those sea creatures! They are closing in on us!
But just then...
Himmel! Look who's coming to rescue us! Lady Blackhawk! But what happened to her?
I don't get it. What's the mermaid bit? And what's she trying to do?
There's your answer, Killer Shark. She's swimming around the Blackhawk so fast, she created a whirlpool that's drawn to the surface. They got away!
Don't worry. I'll turn every fish in the sea into a creature. Just wait and see.
Shortly, on a tiny coral island... Whew, that was close. But what happened to you, Zinda?
It's a long story, Chief, but I'll make it as short as possible.
And, after the hapless mermaid completes her strange tale...
Donner und Blitzen! What a pickle we're in! Poor Zinda's half a fish, and we're no closer to rescuing the rest of the team than we were before.
At that moment...
Great Scott! A whole army of fish! What brought them here?
I can guess the answer, Chief. Killer Shark must have summoned them, that turn them all into sea creatures. I've got to stop that. Somehow.
No, Zinda. We can't let you fight a sea filled with creatures by yourself.
I must. I'm the only one who stands a chance of beating them.
But as the brave sea maid plunges into the depths,
Sacre bleu! That creature fires electric bolts that can smash a mountain to bits. Zinda will get killed for sure.
while nearby,
Ha 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 ha! Once we get rid of that mermaid, the rest of the Blackhawks will be easy to handle. Go get her, creature!
She's sure fast, Killer Shark. She keeps dodging those bolts.
Don't worry. Sooner or later, she'll run out of steam, and then my creature will polish her off.
desperate, the mermaid Lady Blackhawk racks her brain for a way out, as
All those fish swimming toward the volcanic fumes. When they get turned into sea creatures under Killer Shark's command, the whole ocean will become a death trap.
just then,
Wait! That swordfish with the broken sword. I think I've got the answer.
abruptly, Zinda changes her course.
The fool! She's heading for the coral cavern, where the volcano is. My creature will trap her in there for sure.
It seems so, indeed. 10 minutes later, when,
What did I tell you? She swam straight to her doom. Now I'll command the creature to hurl its most powerful bolt at her.
but as the sea monster obeys the sonic signal,
Look, Killer Shark. She darted out of the way, and the bolt hit the volcano.
Just as I hoped. With the volcano sealed, no more fumes can escape.
She outsmarted you, Killer Shark. Now that the volcano is sealed up, you won't be able to change all those new fish you summoned. Yeah, and now the other Blackhawks will try to free the ones we're holding prisoner.
So what? I've still got the old creatures. Come on, back to the cave hideout, where I'll prepare a welcome for the Blackhawks.
before long,
Ha 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 ha! We've got the entrance to the cave completely covered, and the miniature pals enter. They'll be caught in a crossfire of hot lead.
Send for some of the sea creatures too, Killer Shark, just in case we miss.
10 minutes later,
Ha! Here comes one of them now. Yeah, but look who slipped in behind the creature. The mermaid Lady Blackhawk.
I'll show her once and for all. I'll sick the creature on her.
but
Huh? Something's wrong. The creature isn't obeying the signals.
Never mind, Killer Shark. Take a look. Lady Blackhawk is back to normal. And that means she's lost her sea powers.
Right. Open fire, men.
But in that same moment, an amazing transformation takes place.
Yipes! The creature is shedding its skin. Haka! It's actually a one-man sub, camouflaged with seaweed to look like a creature. Into the drink with you, mon ami.
Looks like your underwater reign is over, Killer Shark.
Stop! We surrender!
Release our friends, Hendrickson.
With pleasure, Chief.
That's that. But tell me, Zinda, what made you realize we had nothing to fear of the creatures? How did you know they'd return to normal?
When I glimpsed a swordfish with a broken sword, it had been a creature earlier, but later turned back to a normal fish.
By Yemeni, how did you defeat those creatures, Blackhawk?
Believe it or not, Olaf, we owe it all to a very pretty mermaid. And that's the end of the first story. Blackhawk. A strange summons brings the mighty Blackhawks to a city in the middle of nowhere, and what starts out as the experiment of the century ends in the near doom of the intrepid team, as they challenge the man who stole the future.
Himmel! We are being clobbered by the steel turtle, a machine built in the future from our own designs.
In their mainland barracks, one day, when 4 Blackhawks stop over on a routine security check,
Everything here seems to be in order here. Let's fly back to Blackhawk Island now, men.
Wait, there's a radio message coming in.
Next minute, the Black Knights hear an astounding report. Attention, Blackhawks! 2 miles east of North Halden Woods. Someone is testing a fantastic insect machine that spins some sort of plastic web. He's trapped a deer with it.
Yoppenimini, we born have a design for just such a machine on our drawing boards.
Sha, Olaf. Maybe someone stole the plan and somehow completed the machine.
Impossible, Hendrickson. Those designs are too advanced to be built at present. But we'll have to investigate the report anyway. We can radio the chief while en route. Let's go! After a speedy trip to the scene. Any sign of the web spinner yet, men?
Sha, it's right here, under the duplicate of the machine we designed but never built.
Better not let it get too close, in case. Before Chuck can complete his warning,
Himmel! We're trapped like flies in the sticky plastic web.
By girl, it'll take us an hour to free ourselves from this gluey mess. Yes, Stanislaus. And meanwhile, whoever is driving that machine is making his getaway. Presently, after freeing themselves,
Donner und Blitzen! If there was only some way to find out where that machine went.
There is, Henderson. This white chalk that came off its treads. I'm sure the natives around here can steer us to the chalk pits that machine apparently passed through. Meanwhile, on Blackhawk Island, another strange message arrives.
Calling Blackhawks. Come at once to city located at longitude 120, latitude 60. For details, pull aside painting on east wall of circular structure.
This must be a hoax, because there's no city located in that position. Still, we've got to investigate. 2 Blackhawk jets roar toward their destination, when suddenly,
Sacre bleu! Look, Chief! There is part of a strange city. Set down right in the middle of nowhere.
land at once, Andre. Before long,
This is incredible, Blackhawk. How did these buildings get here?
search me, Andre. But look, there's the roundhouse building. Maybe we'll learn the answer in there. Inside the circular structure, where the Frenchman pulls aside the painting as directed.
Sacre bleu! A tape recorder, automatically sliding out from the wall, with a radio sending unit attached. That radio message we got must have been recorded too.
Shh! The tape's starting to roll.
Greetings, Blackhawks. We are scientists from the year 2062. We have been sent back to your time, a few city blocks from our time, containing these machines built from your designs, as well as several inventions of our own. Shades of my ancestors. How about that? Since our experimental time device is limited and cannot be used again for years, You have only 3 hours to examine the machines. Then we must return the entire area to our own time.
Alors, they are giving us a chance to inspect the machines, so we can complete our own designs. Let's go, Chief.
But just then,
Ha 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 ha! This energy beam will prevent you from taking a single step out of the spotlight.
Who are you?
My name is Loader. I was on the run from the police when I stumbled across the scientist project to send this entire area backwards in time for a 3-day experiment.
by thunder! So you're making a getaway into the past.
Exactly. And since the rest of your historic team is probably around, I'll go and take care of them too.
Shortly, not far off,
Och, der Lieber, where did this place come from?
yes, and where's that web-spinning machine we trailed here? Suddenly,
By Yemeni, they are bound another machine from one of our unfinished designs, the steel turtle. Ja, and it is shooting the lightning bolts at us. We're kaput.
wait, there was one weak spot in that design. Remember? I gotta unfasten my spare chute. Next moment, as the parachute unfurls,
Wunderbar. The turtle's eyes are actually viewing screens. And they are covered up. The driver inside can't see. Now let's make tracks.
You'll never get out of this city. Now that I've turned on the remote-controlled orbital missile, I'll break the turn-off switch to make sure of that.
Himmel, another one of our unfinished machine designs.
yes, Hendrickson, it orbits around at such fantastic speed. There's only a fraction of a second between the time it passes any given point, and returns to that same point.
Right. And when I capture you, you'll join the rest of your famous team.
Jumpen Jiminy, the rest of team. What does bun mean?
Just then, as if in answer to Olaf's question, Chuck, we're trapped in the roundhouse structure. If you're around, come and get us. It's Blackhawk on the belt radio. Let's go. And shortly, that's right, Hendrickson. That's the switch which controls the energy beam. Turn it off. Now what, Chief? We'll never get past that orbiter missile. Loader broke the turn-off switch. You're right, Chuck. What's worse, this whole area will be swept back into the future in about 10 minutes. Let's get moving. But when they emerge,
Back, all of you, and no tricks. Remember, one shot of this weapon will blow you off the earth.
Sacre norm, we are fini for sure this time.
wait, you fool. You think this time-traveling experiment is time for 3 days. But it's actually time for only 3 hours. That's mere minutes from now.
You lie.
If you think so, turn on that recorder inside.
Very well, I will.
Moments later, the white-faced criminal grimly returns and...
You were right, but I won't be returned to my own time, because there's one way, and only one way, out of here.
Where is he going?
With lightning speed, Blackhawk's hand moves to a secret pocket, and...
Nice lassoing, Chief.
Quick! Into that vehicle he was heading for. Inside the craft, Blackhawk presses the starter button and... Get it? The rocket vehicle is synchronized to slip past the orbiter missile safely. I figured There must be another way past the orbiter missile. When you told me, Loader broke the turn-off switch on the control unit. And, as they embark on the other side,
Sacre bleu! Look! The whole place is vanishing into the future!
yes, by God, including that criminal.
Himmel! We didn't even have the chance to inspect the machines that were made from our designs.
Yes, but cheer up, Hendrickson. At least we know that scientists of the future thought pretty highly of our designs. And that's the end. So I hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you could like, comment, and subscribe, that'd be appreciated. If you guys have any requests for me to do, just let me know in the comments and I'll put them on my list. Thank you all for watching, and I'll see you guys later.